Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and today is an episode number 39. We will have a guest post today, and we will also talk again about why becoming your higher self is so essential in this Twin Flame journey and what this means in order for you to grow, to come to the union with your Twin Flame, and what is this union overall. I will also touch base certain things such as when you are married, what happens then, because I just yesterday read a comment about on YouTube, and I just wanted to bring some enlightenment, and today's guest post goes very well with that. So stay tuned for that. If you are really serious about having your twin flame back in your life and you would like to live a life that is full of abundance, full of joy, and you feel like you're flowing, then you're welcome. Then you're absolutely welcome to this journey with me, with my guidance, with my stories. I just would like to say that from the very beginning, I've always said about that if you would like your twin flame to exist in your life as a physical form, also, there is just one thing you need to know. You're already connected. But now you just have so many fears, so many insecurities, so many questions in your head that is holding you back of listening your true self. I will talk about what happened on our yesterday's group call at the end of the podcast, because it's very important for the fact of realizing why becoming your higher self is so essential in this journey. We have done now 6 group calls of Twin Flames where we talk, where we share, and you can listen them on the Patreon. And I just want to say that when I see that the things I tell to my clients, to the people I work with and everything, and then they start reflecting this back after they have realized what I've been trying to tell them the whole time, now almost 39 episodes, it makes me beyond happy. So if you are the one who is really willing to look into the mirror and say, yes, I want to become my higher self because I deserve this love, because I deserve everything, then you're welcome to this. I will not sell you a cheap illusion. And that's something maybe what makes me different, that some of the podcasts might be hard to hear, and today's podcast might be also very difficult to hear. Because I know when we are in the stage where we're missing our twin flame, when we're having this first or the second separation, and it's just like all you're thinking of is like, I would like to have my twin flame back to me. I'd like to be with my twin flame. All I want, I don't care about what is this higher self, becoming your higher self, doing this, lifting your vibrations, going to breath work, or doing the sound healing, or following my spiritual path. I don't want to do any of that. I want my twin flame to come back. But here I'm just about to say to you that the more you resist your spiritual connection, the longer it will take, because universe gave you this opportunity. I mean, it's a painful opportunity. I know, I've been there. I think I've never ever felt so much in pain and devastated than I did when my twin flame left. But today, seeing and talking with all of you, knowing that this connection opened a new universe, the new dimension, the new energy, and I couldn't be simply more thankful. So again, I would like to repeat that if you are the one who is really serious about becoming the one with your twin flame, then welcome. If you would like me to sell you the cheap truth that, it will just happen when you detox, or when you just ignore them and you run away from them, or it will not happen. I mean, it might happen. I don't have a proof over there, but I just know that for me, the number one happiness, and yesterday I experienced that again, and I keep on experiencing this more and more, is when I'm having a call and my client is there who is shining and is happy and is telling, that now everything makes sense. Everything in this journey makes sense. And the reason he is here today and what he's experiencing is all like played out for him. And it made me beyond happy. And today you can hear I'm still very happy about it. So yes, I will just do a little intro into the fact of why becoming your higher self is so important, and then I will dive into our guest post. Again, if you're wondering why you should listen to someone else's twin flame journey, I found it, and many of you have gave me the feedback as well, and you can of course let me know as well in the comments. Listening stories from others makes us to realize that we are not alone in this journey. There are things that are happening at the same time, like similar stories, and it gives you the comfort of realizing, this is what I have to do. This is where I need to go for it. So I'm just going to start with the fact of becoming a higher self, because you all are hearing this all over and all over and all over on my podcast, how I just keep on saying why becoming your higher self is so essential in this journey. We are energy. Yes, we have human bodies. We have, I like to call it avatar. You can call it whichever you want. We have our human bodies. Obviously, we have to take care of our human bodies because our human body carries the energy. But our human body is not who we are. Now you're wondering, what? Yes. Our human body is like a car or a vessel that helps our energy to go from the place to what we need to. It helps us to experience. It helps us to be alive. But our energy is continuous. When we met our twin flames, I would say, I like to call it that we were aware, but we were blind at the same time. Because that energy, what you happen to feel when you meet your twin flame, I mean, for me, and I believe that many of you who are listening, for me it was like I was alive, like somebody gave me electricity, like charged me up, and I couldn't recognize myself. I think even if I would have had a mirror in front of me on that moment, I wouldn't know who is this person in this body. Like, of course, I mean, I know myself as if my mind looks at this, knows, okay, it's the person. But I didn't understand anything. And from there on, obviously, we needed to come to the point of the separation. And today I'm extremely thankful for this separation, because that led me up to here, where last night when we had a call with our twin flames, and I can see why this separation was really important. So again, there are a couple of things what you need to know. I spoke about this in my previous episodes, and I'm repeating it again. Be thankful that you met your twin flame. Be thankful that you have this experience. No matter what happened in between there, be very thankful. Be thankful for the fact that there's a separation. The separation is the most painful part. I totally get it. I didn't like it. Nobody does. I mean, who likes pain? Who likes just to put in the pain and just sit there and suffer? Nobody. But it's your rebirth. It's for you to become one with your soul and serve the world the way you're supposed to. Now you're wondering, is your twin flame coming back after if you're going to be thankful and everything? No, it's not like I will do things in order to get my twin flame back. And that's where we already start wrong. We start with the fact that I will do something in order to receive something the way I want. Well, but the universe also asks you from the other side, well, I gave you this love, I gave you this energy of love, and I would like you to use that in order to change things. So I need also from your side of the action. That's why twin flames are not a love story, even though we would like to think it's like a relationship and everything. It's not. It's so much more than this. And until we don't start what we're supposed to do, until we don't let go of low vibrational energies, until we keep on living in our mind, it will not happen. It might happen in a way that you come together, but then you have a separation again because there is the energy. And when you don't let go of your energy that is holding you back, nothing will simply happen. And I'm just about to say also that you have to realize that you were the chosen one. Whether we like it or not, in this pain we don't like it. But that's a journey that is going to open you up the new world. So embrace it. Embrace it as much as you can. And I know you don't like it. And I'm going to say something you don't like to hear at all. But I have to. I'm not here to sugarcoat you. I'm not here to tell you that, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm simply not going to do that. It's not my style. The hardest of this journey is to look into the mirror and face yourself. Yeah. What I mean under this is that often when I have calls and when I have the consultations, we are trying to focus so much on the other side. Did he feel what I felt? Does he love me? What does he feel? Does he feel sad? Does he feel happy? Has he moved on with this new person? Is he happy, sad? So on and so on. And I'm like, we need to take a pause here. It's not about a human factor, what is happening. I want to know why these questions, these energies are inside of you. Why you don't trust. Why you don't trust that you are already united. Why you don't trust that you have this energy inside of you. While the universe keeps on sending you signs. But you are so worried about what your twin flame feels, what he doesn't feel. I will say he for the fact, but I know I have male listeners, so she as well. But just let's continue for a simple version that it's he. What is he feeling? How is he feeling? Why is he with a new girlfriend? Why is he doing that? And it's all about them. And now my question is, but why are you feeling this? Why you're so worried what the other part is feeling? For example, if we do channeling, I can pick up both of your energies very quickly. And it's not because, it's not because I have some kind of a magic. It's because you are reflecting your twin flame's energy. And when you say to me certain things, I start picking it up and I'm like, well, you're speaking your truth. Again, if you would like to have a twin flame channeling consultation, it's available on the website. I'm just going to say one thing again, which I think is now going to be a little hard, but I'm just going to say it. I'll discuss that at the end of the call as well. Most probably in the future, I will have a questionnaire to see if you're ready to receive the information and if you're ready to go on this journey. As just with over all of these calls and the souls, I'm extremely thankful. I had the best time ever. I feel that many of you are not taking the action, and my advice just got stuck in a certain place. And I know you don't like my advice when I have to tell you that you need to let go of something. I know you don't. It's so easy to look at others and see what's wrong with them, but not looking into ourselves and seeing that, oh, I need to do this. This is all about me. It's all about me and my energy. So I'm just going to say that most probably in the future, not everybody can book the call unless you're going to match the criteria. So it's just something new that is going to come up, because my main goal is that for those who are giving an advice for those who are helping for, because twin flame connection for me is not only about the love, it's about helping you to become your higher self, that you will start attracting everything into your life, including your twin flame. So that's the whole thing. I'm putting this together and I will share it very soon. What are the steps to get there, how to get there and everything. But again, most probably. So if it hasn't happened yet, in the future, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe a week, there will be a questionnaire what you have to fill up in order to have the call with me. Because for me, the number one rule is, or it's not a rule, but I want to see you successful. I want to see you in love. I want to see you flowing and being happy. That's all I want. Because if you are flowing, if you are happy, makes this world the better place. This makes this world what we need to do. And my guides keep on repeating me this, that it's super important for me to help you to become your higher self, to the union with your twin flame, that you will bring love and kindness into this world. So that's why I am taking this by my heart, and I would like to give it to the people. Like I said, I will explain what happened to one of my client recently. He was on the call yesterday, and it was very, very interesting. You can listen to the call on Patreon, but I will talk about that at the end of the podcast, because now we're gonna dive into the story. This is I'm just gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna now share a story from someone else who is a twin flame, and I will also say that if you would like to share your story, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. Welcome. Your stories are more than welcome. Once a week there will come out one story. This is my twin flame story. I would love for you to read it, but on your podcast, but just to keep away the names and birthdays, of course. And I apologize to you beforehand, because I know how you feel about infidelity. I'm just gonna say one thing. I don't have anything against it. I am not actually here to judge at all. This is not what I am. I am just, how do I say? I believe that the universe has chosen everything for a reason, and we're going to experience everything, and there is what's going to happen in our life. I am not here to say that if you're cheating in your marriage, it's a bad thing, or if you're doing this, it's a bad thing. Yeah, let's say the other part can say, wow, this podcast encouraged my wife or encouraged my husband to cheat because, it says it's a twin flame connection and they have to do it. I don't want to have this image either. What I'm trying to say to you is that if there was a reason for that, if their universe made it happen this way, then there was a reason behind it. Everything is not so black and white, that right or wrong here and there. There's a lot of gray area in between. And so there's always a story with it. So let's go into that and we'll go on from it. So she knows her twin pretty much the whole life. He was my childhood neighbor and a bully. I was a socially awkward, naive girl, and he was the rebellious bad boy, always up to no good and always a little bit cruel to me. So we were certainly not friends. In fact, I vaguely remember being slightly afraid of him and getting an uncomfortable feeling in my stomach whenever he came around my house, riding his bike to mock me and my friends for playing with dolls or what I was wearing. Any old excuse was good enough for him. Typical. As we know, boys who are feeling the love towards you or the attraction as a kid, what they do, they bully you. Apparently, I think, that comes to the fact that not divine masculine, that's a very wrong thing to say. Masculine over all men, they're very bad at communication. So they get their attention with physical activity. Then life happened, and we left our childhood homes to live our adult adventure. I got news from him every now and then because his mom and mine are good friends and play cards every Friday in a group of moms from our neighborhood. But I never asked or I was interested at all. Meantime, I fell in love a few times. always with catastrophic results. At 32, I married a kind man who I knew I loved, but I wasn't in love with. The reasons behind this life-changing momentum and mistake, I know them now, but I know them now, but at the time weren't aware of them. I was not aware of them. And I won't bore you, but I know I was getting old, and my family and so society in general were starting to look at me like a woman with no value because I didn't have a man to validate me. I also got diagnosis of very low fertility, and I was told by my doctor that if I wanted to have kids, I better hurry up. So there I go, willingly crashing my life at full speed against a hard wall of pain. By some miracle, I had 2 sons, and then my marriage collapsed. We became polite roommates and teammates in the task of raising our sons, but not much else. I remember spending a lot of time wishing to somehow find the man in my head, a man with a certain set of characteristics that I longed for, not knowing how that would ever happen since I was a married woman in the eyes of the world. Then one day, my childhood bully began private messaging me out of the blue. At first, I thought he was too bold and a little crazy for wanting to talk to me after the way he had treated me in our childhood, and brushed it off. But he was insistent. Somehow, what I first perceived as a crossing the line behavior started to become highly attractive to me. He insisted for 4 years before I broke down and agreed to meet him for a drink. That happened in 2014, since our first meeting. I felt the magic, and I knew this was going to be trouble. That day he told me that he has liked me ever since we were kids. Long story short, we have been in a cruel, for me, love affair that has been my hell on earth, but also my reason for everything. I can't divorce because of my financial situations, and as for him, I have no idea if he thought of divorcing his wife, also like 3 sons, and it's not going well, ever even crosses in his mind. Sometimes I think he does, but he's so cryptic in his communication with me, I would not dare to affirm. He has ghosted me so many times, and I have lost count. We've been apart for periods of ranging from few months to a year, but he always comes back. The first time he ghosted me is when I came across the twin flame stuff, and also it was that triggered my DNOS, my nuts. I have no idea that he would come back eventually. Every time he comes back, I try to say no, but it's a lost cause. During our together periods, he's kind of cold and not the kind of man to message me every day and be all corny and romantic, which triggers me to an end and fills me with doubts. But when we meet in person, I can fully see his love for me in his eyes, and in the way he reacts to me and how he becomes an open book for me. Needless to say, I have never been able to get him out of my mind for every single minute in all of this time. Sometimes I have telepathic conversation with him that makes me feel like I'm going crazy, and sometimes I feel like he's close by looking at me. Just going to stop here and explain certain things, because we are talking about the marriage, and I know we have a lot of twin flames who are married or been in in a divorce or all these kind of things. And as you know, I've said that I'm not the biggest fan of this whole, divorce and kids and all of that. But it's not about that. I would say that here we can see from the very beginning that this love story, like the marriage, was never in a way of falling in love and have, like the first love of your life, your soulmate, your best, your best friend, and you get married, and you have children, and then of course hard things happen in between. I saw another day on my YouTube channel, there was a comment about like, how can I still live with my husband while I have my twin flame? And I would like to just clarify here, and that's also what you can hear on a Patreon call. My twin flame is with me energetically. I have my power now together of realizing that my soul is bigger than other souls, and I happen to meet my soul. My soul. Take off the body of my twin flame. I met my soul, which means I met myself. I met my soul that saved me. I can also, those who have listened many podcasts of mine, I wouldn't have this podcast today here if I wouldn't have met my twin flame. He saved my life. He saved me without knowing that he saved me, because obviously all of this that happened in between was crazy. I mean, there was so much love, there was so much obsession, there was so much everything. But today, I am in a union with my twin flame. Now you would say, but you're not together with your twin flame. I can say I'm more together with my twin flame than I ever been before. Does my ego kicks in sometimes? It does. It does when there is a hurt, when there is a tiredness, especially when I'm very tired and I haven't taken care of myself. So that's why breath work, sound healing, yoga, meditation should be a daily practice for your soul to come together. And then I saw this comment over there that how my husband feels about the fact that he's the second best. And those of you who don't know and haven't heard yet, my husband is not my second best. My husband is my husband. My twin flame is my twin flame. My husband is my soulmate, actually. And when I went through the awakening, my guides were telling to me, you are the guide for him to help him. And I'm also a guide for others to help them to become their higher self, to live their best life and everything. So he's not my second best. It's just they are very two different things. Me and my husband don't share the same soul. We don't have the same energetic soul bond. Me and my twin flame, we do share the same soul. But now you would ask, yeah, but how you would never love your husband the way you would love twin flame? That's true. There are different types of love. My twin flame is my love, like me. I love my soul, the soul self, who I'm so aligned now. And I love my soul. And that's why I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm sharing the twin flame information. I'm giving you the guidance. I'm helping you to get there. But my husband is my soulmate who shares a different soul energy. It's not the same. I don't feel him the same way. He doesn't give me the spiritual awakening. He doesn't have that. So they're very two different things. And that's why I say that let's go now reversed. Let's think of the fact that, what would have happened if your husband would have met your twin flame and is in a twin flame relationship and let's say cheated on you. Now, and the one who was unawakened one would say, yeah, my husband cheated on me, I was not truthful and all of that. Today I know that twin flames is not like a physical love story. It's your soul that you need to love and embrace and become one with. You have to become one with your soul and with your mission. So let's say if my husband would have met, and today I know, let's say my husband comes across with a twin flame. He happens to have a twin flame, comes across with his twin flame, goes completely nuts in his head. Because was I normal? No. Far away. We were so disconnected that the divorce was just 2 steps away. I couldn't have the emotional connection or asking and living together, and it was just like, it just didn't make sense to me. But I'm also saying another thing over here, that twin flames are what happens is that when we go crazy in our head because our vibration is changing, everything is changing inside of us. So we are no longer the same people. But also, my husband's energy back then was very low vibrational. So I just simply couldn't accept it. It wasn't about acceptance. It was just that my whole body, my whole system was rejecting it. So was it a fun time? No. And to be honest, I don't wish to anybody to meet their twin flame. And I'll be wondering, why did you say that? Why? Because twin flame triggers your spiritual awakening. Whether you like it or not, whether you love to hear this or not, I have to just say it. It triggers you to come closer to your soul, because now you have met the other part of your soul. You have met a soul that vibrates on the same energy field that you do. That's why you're experiencing the same emotions. Pretty much you're looking yourself into the mirror and seeing what you've been doing so far. What is your energy? And they will be the catalyst for you to go within and become your higher self. So, is it the fun journey? No. Is it the love story? No, it's you. It's you. And I would highly recommend to listen on Patreon. The last call we had, where you can hear from a client of mine. We did, I think, 1 or 2 calls. And he did ayahuasca now on top of that. And he finally got my message. And everything what I said to him was now reflected back when I was sitting there. And I was just like, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, my twin flame, that you made me me. As I know that, I'm speaking my truth, what comes from it. I'm not planning for you to sugarcoat you, to say to you beautiful things, to sell you the dream. I'm not planning to do that. And that's not my plan. Because I see how big potential we twin flames have, and we have to follow it. So now, again, I'm going back to the marriage thing, as we have, and I know I have many listeners, and they feel very disconnected from their spouse when they are on this journey. And I would like to tell you that that's normal. You are changing, and will be the outcome that you will stay with your husband and you will not divorce, or you're with your wife. No, I'm not saying it can happen that you're going to divorce and you'll be ending up with your twin flame. Totally possible. But also take a moment to realize what type of connection you have with your husband, with your spouse, or with your wife. Just for a moment, that you will not make a decision based on emotion, that you make a decision based on your soul. Is it easy? Like for me, for example, being a guide of my husband, is it easy? No, not at all. Very difficult to help him to get where he is supposed to get, because it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy at all. I'm not going to go in detail about my marriage, but it's not easy. But was twin flame journey easy in the beginning when we were in the separation? No. So everything has its own time and space. Everything has its own reason. I just bring in another example that I believe many of us have had situations where we have like a really good friend. For 10 years, we were, let's say, good friends, or 5 years, like really, really good friends, every day together, doing things. And then they happen to move away, or they go to somewhere else, and you're not like, you still have a very strong bond, but you're not talking so often, or you don't have no longer these conversations. But when you get back together, feels like there was no time and space in between, like everything continues where you left off. And I believe that that's the same, that people come to our life to help us, to guide us, to become the better version of ourselves. And when we become our better versions of ourselves, they leave. They have to go, because new people have to come in and help us to the next level, and next level, and next level. So the same is about the marriage, that maybe there was a reason. There was definitely a reason. That was a bit wrong sentence. There is a reason. And this reason now is about, like, if it's about to end, then it's about to end. So do not be only on black and white. Trust the journey. Trust what it is. So I'll just go on from here. My worst obsessive time is gone now, thank God. But I have never been able to fully let go of desired outcome yet. Right now, I believe he's going through his DNOS. But it's been going on for 3 years. He has been depressed and anxious and paranoid and filled with torturous symptoms, but he's keep on looking for help with doctors because he has no clue of any of this twin flame stuff, and I would never mention it to him. This last reunion, currently on it, I feel he has changed a lot. For instance, admitting for the first time in almost 10 years that he cares for me. Completely unable to say he loves me. He came back kinder and more empathic and loving, but still not even open to consider dissolving his marriage to be with me. I feel all the obligatory shame and guilt given the situation, but I'm completely unable to say no to him every time he comes back. Having patience is hard, but I can handle it. The thing is that drives me crazy is our ages. I think I can say the age. It's about 50 and 53. He is a musician and I'm an artist. And I know my life and I know my heart that we are supposed to merge both of our gifts and create the project together. But I'm afraid we don't have enough time left in this lifetime. Looking forward to your input. Totally. Don't be afraid. When you're afraid, your fear grows and becomes the reality. We twin flames are very powerful of creating our own reality. So watch out a lot what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what type of fears you have inside of you. Every single fear you have will become the reality. And the only person you can blame over there is yourself. Let go of the fear. If it's meant to happen, if it's meant to be, it will happen. So the more you trust, you say, I trust, it will happen. When, how, I don't know, but it will happen. I let go of that fear. Because I would like one of the exercise, very simple exercise for that is you sit down and you say, why do I have that fear? Is it because I think that my life is over at the age of 50? That, who's going to be together at 70? I just want to say, those who don't know, Elaine Page. And Elaine Page is the one. Elaine Pagels. I might say a little bit wrong. Elaine Pagels. I will put down the link of her books and everything. Why I am talking about her, it sounds ridiculous. She is one of the women who has devoted her life of talking about the Gnostic Gospels, where it's all about energy, divine feminine. She's amazing. And I think she's in the age of 80 right now, and she just got married. Again. Or she's about to get married. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we can't live in a world of thinking, like especially us as twin flames. Let's say if we think we are 50, time is running out, I'm gonna pass away, and when we're gonna be together. But maybe you have another 50, and maybe you have a super healthy another 50 years. And now think of back how you were living this 50 years. That's why when you become your higher self and you take care of yourself, your energy, the things what you eat, the things what you consume, the things that you're becoming, you can have another very good 50 years. And that can be the most amazing one, because now you're living your true self. So let go of the fears. And I know now you will be sitting there and thinking, oh, it's so easy to say because you have a life ahead. No, none of our life is guaranteed. None of. What matters is that you wake up in the morning and you are thankful that you are alive, you get to experience, and you take the most of it. You serve the world in your highest power with your highest energy, and you become alive. And that's what matters. Are you 15, 25, 55, or 105? Be thankful that you woke up today. That's another very important part. So, not to be afraid. If he's going through, again, I would like to say, because I think I checked his birthday, and let me just double check. And yeah, he is, I don't know if I'm out. This doesn't mean much. He's Aquarius. And they're a very good match. You're a very good match, actually. I'm going to say you're Gemini and Aquarius. Gemini and Aquarius are normally one of the best match. We balance each other. Very good sexual harmony. Very good giving space for each other. Very good. But one of the things is with Aquarius, and we are in Aquarius era, you're very deep. You feel a lot of things. You just take too much on your shoulders. So let go, dance it out, scream it out, breathe it out, do everything you can. And so what I feel is that as a twin flame, give your twin flame a time, but also guide him to express it out. So exactly, the doctors will not work, but maybe going for a little retreat, like a breath work, yoga retreat, just where you say, let's just see if we can get new answers. You would know what to do. So that was the story. It was a bit short one, but I think I talked a lot in between, so I hope you get some insights. I'm just going to talk about yesterday's call, because that was interesting. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for each one of you who's supporting me on Patreon and joined yesterday's call. It means a lot to me. The first call, we had 3 people. Yesterday, I think we had 26 or something like this, in and out people. When you're supporting me on Patreon, that will help me to put out more free content, more free exercises, and everything that I can do for my spare time. That means I don't need to find a way of monetizing things. So I would like to keep it as available as possible. So any kind of donation, any kind of support helps me to deliver better content, helps me to guide you better, and that means collectively we will grow. So if you can support, it means so much to my channel, it means so much to my my mission. So if you can, I would love to have this little contribution for myself, or for this project, what I'm doing right now. But it's not necessary. If you cannot and you have financial difficulties, do not worry. You're always welcome to our group calls. I believe that if we grow, there might be some difference. But again, my mission, I've said that a million times, is to make sure that I'm here to guide and help you. So the group call is you can listen it today already on Patreon. And there was a man, really beautiful soul. From the beginning, when I met him, I was like, he's so wise, but why is he holding himself back? Why is he not believing what he knows? Why he's not trusting what he knows? And that's normal. That's again a very normal part, because we truly believe our mind, but we don't trust our soul. So yesterday he shared his wisdom, what happened to him in ayahuasca, and how it changed him. I would really recommend to listen both of the calls, the 5th one and the 6th one, because they are actually connected. The only thing is that you will not see the face, because we had a big conversation about that, where I said to people, watch his face before he leaves to the ayahuasca and when he comes back, and how he had changed. And people were like, wow, the energy, the person is alive and finally gets what I have been trying to tell, that you are in a union with your twin flame. You are in the union with your twin flame. How do I know that? Because you have now a spiritual awakening where you trust yourself, where you're fulfilling your mission and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Second of all, as union is not physical, and the earlier you understand the fact that union is not physical, union is inside of you, the more joy, the more things you start happening, like will happen in your life. I spoke about this exactly before, that your twin flame is you. You. You share the same soul. That's why another thing is, when you meet another people, like I said, my husband, for example, who is a soulmate, I can feel his energy, but it won't affect like all of a sudden me. While my twin flame, if he's going through hell, it affects me a lot. That's why there was no podcast, because apparently there has been quite a lot of things happening. So it's a different story. It's two different worlds, two different energies, completely different world. And I would really highly recommend for those who would like to. And you can listen to the whole call. It's available on Patreon. And we will have a next call on the 24th of September. Again, you can join, share. For those who have a topic in mind that they really need the information, really need the guidance, please send me an email or drop by on Instagram and tell me. Or here on comments as well. Anything works. Again, these calls, as you know, are you can join the call. You don't have to say anything. You can say and so on and so on. Since yesterday, we had quite a lot of people already. I noticed that we most probably have to cut down the time frame in a way of that everybody can talk who needs to say something. But that's all in the process, and we don't worry about that. What we do is we go with the flow. And I hope to see you on 24th on the Patreon. And one more other thing is that when you're supporting me on Patreon, I'll be able to bring in people who can do an online sessions for us, such as breathwork sessions, such as sound healing sessions, such as deep meditation breathwork session that will help you to feel the energy and see the magic of it, which means you could get the glimpse of what I'm talking always about. But that would require me a little bit organization, a little bit of finance, and so on and so on. But again, your support will be able to make it happen. It's $5.99 a month, and it would make a huge difference. And of course, if you would like me to continue making this podcast, then yes, I spoke about the booking online. Like I said, right now you can still book online, twinflameawakeningjourney.com. Book it as soon as you can, for the fact that, like I said, I will be changing a little bit of the structure. And it's not structured to punish you. It's a structure that I will be devoting my time and my energy into those who are ready to take it to the next step. Because sometimes we are not yet ready. We are not ready to hear the information. We are not ready to accept the information. We are not ready to look into the mirror and face it. And maybe also I'm not exactly your person. So when we have a questionnaire, when we have everything, you would know that, okay, I'll take that seriously. I would like to become this. This is where the work will come in. And then a last thing what I'm going to say to you, because I had a couple of situations where it turned out it was not your twin flame, but you still had very similar experiences. I want to say that fine if it was not your twin flame. Maybe you're preparing yourself to meet your true twin flame, and now you're already aware, because that has happened as well before, as I've heard from other twin flames. So do not stop on the spiritual journey. If that brought you closer to your soul, keep doing what you're supposed to do. If you don't know what you're supposed to do, book a call with me and let's figure it out. Let's figure out your fears, your insecurities, your low vibrational energies. And now if you're wondering what are the low vibrational energies, I'm going to say it here quickly again before I jump off. Watch what you're eating. The more veggies, the more fruits, the more natural food you can consume from the nature, better for you. I'm not asking anybody to become vegan or vegetarian or so on and so on. What I'm saying is watch how your body reacts. When your body becomes irritated, tired, whatever that means, your body doesn't need that. It's not the fuel. Same, you can't put diesel into the benzene, like into the gas car, because it will simply not work. So same is your body. So watch for that. Watch for your food. try to consume everything in a like moderate ways. If you like drinking coffee, I don't like, actually my body started to reject coffee. If you like drinking coffee, try to drink coffee once per day. If you like drinking or if you like any of alcohol and things, try to go down from it, because it's low vibration in certain ways. Coffee is a medicine. Coffee is not made for drinking 5-6 glasses per day. So just look out for all of that. Another low vibration, of course, is porn, movies that have violence, all these kind of things. Watch out for them. Don't consume them. Don't consume news. Don't consume news at all. It will trigger the low vibrational energy that will be holding you back from your next level. Gossiping, being jealous, being judgmental, finding that you are always right. And I'm about to say to you, you're not always right here. Neither am I. I'm not here. I'm here to serve, to learn, and to grow. Sometimes do I disagree? Yes, I can disagree, but I'm not right or wrong. So that's why my podcasts and my things are all open conversation. You can always disagree with me, because that's what helps us to grow. That's what will bring us closer to the union, to the truth. And so what else is low vibrational? Words, what you're saying. What's out your vocabulary? If you have a lot of hate, I don't like, I don't want to do it, this is not me, everything is low vibrational. Turn them around. You say, I'm not ready for that at the moment. I do not, like, this is not exactly for me at the moment. And so on. So try to find the ways. These are very important, what you say to yourself. Another last tip, I give a last tip. Every morning when you wake up, before you opening your eyes, say, thank you, universe. Thank you that I get to be alive. Today is going to be the most amazing day. Very simple, but watch the magic. Thank you for listening, and if you enjoyed the episode, like, subscribe, and follow for more. Share your story, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com, or book your consultation at twinflameawakeningjourney.com. And I'm looking forward to see you here on the next episode. Lots of love and lots of light. You are the best.
'Cause we have different dreams, so we can never grow. It's sad to know, it's sad to know, it's sad to know that we'll become strangers again, strangers again, strangers again. It's sad to know, it's sad to know, it's sad to know that we'll become strangers again, strangers again, strangers again. A part of me is living a lie. I want you like the first time when we began. But as we dove in deep, the water turned cold. Yeah, we